Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it could secretly be worth not just a few rand, but millions of dollars? Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out what looks like an ordinary South African 2 rand coin, and discovering that collectors across the world would fight to own it, offering life-changing money for something you almost ignored. It sounds unreal, almost like a story made up to spark curiosity, but hidden within the world of coins are rare pieces that quietly carry extraordinary value. And today, we're diving deep into one such possibility, a coin that most people overlook, yet under the right circumstances, could transform from everyday currency into a treasure worth millions. The South African 2 rand coin is something many people have seen countless times. It's part of everyday transactions, passed from hand to hand without a second thought. But what most people don't realize is that not all coins are created equal. Some carry unique characteristics, minting errors, rare production years, limited editions, or historical significance that can make them incredibly valuable. And when these factors align perfectly, a simple coin can become a collector's dream, commanding prices that sound almost unbelievable. To understand how a 2 rand coin could ever reach such a staggering value, you first need to understand the world of coin collecting, also known as numismatics. Collectors aren't just looking for money. They're searching for stories, rarity, and perfection. A coin isn't just metal, it's a piece of history frozen in time. Every scratch, every detail, every tiny variation matters. And when something unusual appears, something that wasn't meant to be there, it instantly becomes desirable. Now imagine a specific version of the South African 2 rand coin. At first glance, it looks normal. The design, the color, the weight, all seem standard. But upon closer inspection, there's something different. Maybe the lettering is slightly misaligned. Maybe the metal composition is off. Maybe it was part of a very limited batch that was never meant to circulate widely. These small differences are exactly what collectors hunt for. One of the biggest drivers of value in coins is rarity. If millions of a coin exist, it's usually not worth much beyond its face value. But if only a handful exist, especially if they slipped through the system unnoticed, the value skyrockets. Think about it. If collectors around the world are competing for just a few pieces, the price can climb higher and higher, sometimes reaching into the millions of dollars. Another factor is condition. In the coin world, condition is everything. A coin that looks brand new, with no scratches or wear, is far more valuable than one that's been heavily used. These are called uncirculated coins, and they are extremely desirable. Now combine rarity with perfect condition, and you've got something truly special. There are also cases where coins gain value because of historical significance. South Africa has a rich and complex history, and its currency reflects different eras, leaders, and transitions. Certain coins represent specific moments in time, making them more than just money. They become artifacts. If a 2 rand coin is tied to a significant event or was produced during a transitional period, its value can increase dramatically. But let's take it even further. Imagine a scenario where a minting error occurs during production. Maybe the coin is struck twice, creating a double image. Maybe the wrong metal is used. Maybe the design is incomplete or misprinted. These errors are not supposed to happen, which makes them incredibly rare. And in the world of collectors, rarity equals value. There have been stories, real ones, of people discovering rare coins in their everyday change. Coins that were worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now imagine scaling that up, combining extreme rarity, perfect condition, historical importance, and global demand. That's how you begin to reach the realm of million-dollar coins. The idea of a South African 2 rand coin being worth millions might sound exaggerated, but it's not impossible. Around the world, coins have sold for staggering amounts. What makes them valuable isn't just the material they're made from, it's the story behind them, the rarity, and the demand. Now picture this. A collector in another part of the world hears about a unique 2 rand coin, one with a rare minting error from a specific year, known to exist in only a few copies. That collector is willing to pay a premium to own it. Another collector hears about it too. Suddenly, there's competition. Bidding wars begin. the price climbs higher and higher. What started as a small discovery turns into a global event. And this is where things get truly fascinating. The value of such a coin isn't fixed. It's not determined by a government or a bank. It's driven by people, by how much someone is willing to pay. And when emotions, passion, and competition come into play, the numbers can go far beyond expectations. For someone who unknowingly owns such a coin, the journey can be life-changing. Imagine finding out that something sitting in your drawer, something you almost spent without thinking, is actually worth millions of dollars. It's the kind of discovery that turns ordinary people into headlines. But it's important to understand that not every 2 rand coin is valuable. The vast majority are worth exactly what they say, 2 rand. The key is knowing what to look for. Details matter. Year of production, mint marks, errors, condition. These are the clues that separate an ordinary coin from an extraordinary one. Collectors often use magnifying glasses, special lighting, and detailed references to examine coins. They look for tiny differences that most people would never notice.